These pearls of wisdom are brought to you by Carl Johnson and members of the Oyster Bay Church of Christ, located at 1044 Shadeville Road, which is 4 miles east of Crawfordville, Florida. The beautiful Old Testament story of Esther remains one of the most compelling demonstrations of how God sometimes uses the most unlikely people to bring about the fulfillment of His will on earth. The young and lovely Esther has only recently been made queen when the king, unaware that Esther is Jewish, allows a proclamation to be sent throughout the kingdom saying that all the Jewish people will be killed on a particular day. Mordecai, Esther's foster father, realizes that she may be able to save her people. He sends word to her to go before the king and plead with him to spare the Jews. It is a difficult task for Esther. She is queen, but she doesn't have the right to go to the king unless he calls for her. If she goes to him and he refuses to acknowledge her, she will be put to death. Yet, she is probably the only person in a position to help. It's a moment of great decision for young Queen Esther. She is being asked to risk her own life for her people. Mordecai helps her look beyond her own peril and see the opportunity she is being given. He explains, "Who knoweth whether thou art come to the kingdom for such a time as this?" Esther 4, verse 14. In this great demonstration of courage found in the Old Testament, Esther goes to the king, he receives her, and she successfully persuades him to spare her people from being executed. Esther is the right person in the right place at the right time. Her courageous action preserves the people of Israel, the people from whom the Messiah will descend, and thus she makes an impact upon the eternal destiny of mankind. None of us will ever have the opportunity to plead before a king and save a race of people, and few of us will be required to put our lives on the line to save even one family member. But all of us, however, can respond greatly when faced with an unexpected challenge. Great crises will continue to arise in our lives from time to time. Pivotal crises. If we don't make the right response to the crises, we will be pointed in the wrong direction, and God's plan for us will be hindered. My prayer is that God will bless us with courage, the same courage Esther possessed, the kind that will cause us to forget about self and do what is in the best interest of the many. You may not be able to see the far-reaching and long-lasting consequences of such wisdom and courage right now, and you may feel as though you are the most unlikely person in the world to make a great contribution to the fulfillment of God's plan. But in reality, you may have come into the kingdom for such a time as this. If you enjoyed today's Pearls of Wisdom and would like to hear more, just go to our website, oysterbaychurchofchrist.org, or visit us in person at 1044 Shadeville Road. Our worship services are at 10 a.m. Sunday morning and 1:30 p.m. Sunday afternoon.